Give me a sec. Hey, welcome back, my darling Diamond Smurf. I am your favorite talking stone, and today we are back with some more Hiragana, some katakana practice. Isn't that just lovely? It sounds lovely. I think it's lovely. Yeah, it's lovely. Alright, I just need to make sure everything's working. YouTube looks like it's working. Sound check, sound check. Give me one moment. Wow, I do sound amazing. Now, Twitch, you look like you're working. Can I do a sound check for you? I hope I can. Because if not, that would be a little... Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Ow, isn't that lovely? We can hop... Wait, let me make sure I actually get this correct. I am not on my Kana learning site. I have so many tabs open. Why? Why? Okay, I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that yet. I should have cut that up. That doesn't matter. Well, we'll leave this up. Okay, perfect. I am ready to resume. But before I want to start... Oh, Meme, hello! How are you? I hope you're doing well. I could not think of a title. I could not think of a thumbnail. So, you're left with this. You're very early? So am I! I'm surprised. I'm also on time for once, which is crazy. I'm never on time. I'm never on time, but I'm on time today. It's nice. It feels nice. I'm getting eager. I feel like I want to make schedules and stuff. Like, I want to actually plan things. I'm not good at that. I'm really not good at that. But we're here. We are here now. And the future, I guess, because I could not think of a title. I was get 50-50 chance on calling this I Feel Like I'm Dying because I'm not sick, but I feel like I'm sick. I'm not sick, though. I'm not sick. I just really woke up and I was very cranky because I had to wake up. And my neighbors, they rev their cars very early in the morning, and I do not sleep through that. And it's making me cranky. It's making me cranky. But no, I feel lively now. I feel pretty energetic. So I couldn't call it that because that'd feel disingenuous. Instead, I just called it Looking at the Future Past. What did I name this stream again? Give me 1 second to see what I named it. Plotting my next bad idea with a picture of my old thumbnail, one of my old thumbnails. That's what I named it. And I'm just gonna be honest, I could not think of anything. I could not think of anything. I was just workshopping name ideas, and I was like, ooh, that sounds like a good one. And that was the first thumbnail that came to mind. So, I guess I should probably talk about bad ideas. Bad idea number 1, making a schedule and following it. Just in general, I've been feeling like I wanted to do that in general. I think part of me is growing up, which is not a good thing. Well, no, it is a good thing, but it makes me feel boring and old. Which, I am, but... which I am, but it just feels weird. Trying to organize things, waking up at a consistent hour, planning your day, having your day planned, being consistent. Feels weird. I'm going to hop over to the correct tab and start practicing. I have the right thing. Okay, good. I do have the right thing open. But yeah, I just hover over the kana shows from blah blah blah. We don't need that. We already know. We already know. But what was I saying? I've been making a schedule mentally for the past week or so, and I think I'm actually gonna write it down like a hooligan, like a rapscallion. I think I'm gonna actually write it down because I think it'll help me be able to put more things on and feel better about myself. I think it will. I'm not sure. I think it might. I'm not sure. I've been being told for such a long time, oh, make a schedule. Oh, it'll help you with so many things. Oh, this, oh, that. Oh, X, Y, and Z. But, it's never crossed my mind to actually make one until now. And I have one mentally laid out. It's like, oh, this is when I do work. This is when I exercise. This is when I stream. This is when I blah, blah, blah. But I haven't even fleshed out, not even on Twitch, where you have that entire stream calendar, which I filled out once a while ago, but I never changed it. I never updated it. I really should update that, because I don't stream this at 7 anymore. I didn't stream this at 7 except for the first time I did this, like 3-4 months ago. That was probably the last time I streamed this at... Wow, at that time. Wow, that's yeah, that really needs to be updated if that's as laid back as I recall. It really needs to be updated. But I think making a schedule, it's a bad idea because I don't want to do it and it makes me feel sad. But it takes 2 minutes and it'll actually help everything. And my schedule is going to be consistent pretty often. For better or for worse, I'm a pretty routine individual. Or at least I became a pretty routine individual. Though I do miss diverging from the routine. I miss being able to wake up whenever I wanted. Now I have to wake up at like 7 in the morning, regardless of whether I want to or not. Regardless of if I'm free all day, I have to wake up at like 7, and it's terrible. I hate it so much. It's just the worst. It is just the absolute worst. I love sleeping in. I'm not a morning person. I hate waking up mornings. I used to be such a good night person too, but now that's winning. So I have the worst of both worlds. I'm no longer a night person. I'm not a morning person at all. I am absolutely not a morning person. But now I can't stay up late, which I miss staying up late. Being up late when I was younger, when I was even I shouldn't recommend this for high schoolers, but when I was in college, definitely, staying up late was amazing because the later you stayed up, the more quiet everything got. Everything got more quiet the later you stayed up. So you could take some nice little walks out on the campus at night. I used to go to my university's softball fields at like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., I really did not have a good sleep schedule. I really did not. But I used to go to the softball field very, very late and just vibe. I would just sit there, breathe in, breathe out. Not even with my phone. Not even with my phone. I would just vibe. And it was an amazing feeling. It was just... I highly recommend it. Okay, maybe no, I don't highly recommend staying up to like 3, 4 a.m., going somewhere isolated without telling anyone, without having your smartphone on. I think I put mine on Do Not Disturb. Yeah, that's probably a very bad idea now that I say that aloud. But it was such a vibe. It was such an experience. I recommend the experience, not the way to get there. Make sure you stay safe. That's the most important thing. Make sure you are always trying to stay safe. I was just trying to vibe. I was not trying to stay safe. I guess that's a folly of youth. That's the folly of youth. I can just say, kids. Can I call myself a kid? Legally adult, but, kids. Oh, kids. They like just doing things like that. They just like doing some silly things. I think I've definitely gotten better, but I think I used to be a bit, agoraphobic? I'm not big on crowds. I'm really not big on crowds. I'm not big on... I hate to say it, I'm not big on people too much. I've definitely gotten more accustomed, more extroverted, more comfortable around strangers and whatnot, but I don't know why. I think I just had some anxiety with it, but it was strange. I think the first time I was able to get over that is not the word I should use, but to endure that. The first time I was able to, I guess, endure that was, or realize I was able to endure that, was, again, at university. There was a concert for students, like, staff promoted concert for just basically a pep rally, but like very cool because it's ritzy, it's blah blah blah. It's very nice. It was a very nice pep rally, and for a little bit I went with friends there, and we were vibing in the stands at the arena, and the concert starts, and some people make their way down to the floor, the main, right in front of the stage. I was like, hey guys, you want to be really funny? If I just went in there and moshed with everyone. It wasn't, mosh pit is not the right word, because I've never seen a mosh pit and I don't know exactly what it is. But to someone who is unfamiliar with mosh pits, it was a mosh pit. For someone who is unfamiliar with mosh pits, it was a mosh pit. And I'm normally someone who does not like body contact with other individuals, particularly strangers. But I was able to go down there because I thought it would be funny. I walked in feeling flesh upon all surfaces of my body. Not, that sounds disgusting. It should have felt disgusting, but it didn't. It was just very lively. Also a little sweaty. Not just me, but a lot of people were sweaty. And I kind of made my way into the center of this crowd. My hands were up. I would die if I had my hands down, because I would have to keep them in my pockets or something. I don't want to touch anyone. I don't want anyone to touch me, sort of thing. I think that's a weird way I felt. So I think I kept my hands up. In reality, I could have just put them in my pockets. And really, no one really cares. Some people care. No one really cares. Or no one who is down there really cares. But I was able to go there. I was able to have fun for 10 minutes. And I walked up back to my friends and wow, that was crazy. And only now am I realizing that that's a step in my career at becoming unagoraphobic. Unagoraphobic, is that the right word to say? I'm not even sure. But that's what it was to me. That is what it was to me. It was a very, very fun experience. Though I don't really consider it a concert. And actually, I never really considered it a concert beforehand. It was more of a pep rally. And it had a little concert-ish thing, but I don't consider that a concert. I consider a concert to be Hollow Live English all for one. That was fun. That was really fun. I gushed about it, I think a few weeks ago. I've been meaning to make a video on it. I really should. I probably will tomorrow. It's very late, but I just really enjoyed that concert experience. I really did. I wish I was able to take more photos, but I took their no flash photography policy very seriously. Because going in there, they scanned your face. They specifically said, hey, if you have any masks on, take them off. We're just going to scan your face, put it in the facial recognition system, and move on. And that scares me. That's very, not dystopian, but it feels like dystopian adjacent. It feels very, Big Brother is watching you, like 1984, that, this corporation just knows my face no matter what. And I don't even know what they're going to use it for. Who knows if they sell my data based on that? I don't know. A lot of things scare me in that regard of, tracking and online stuff. A lot of things. In certain regards, I'm very, reserved from spreading information online. I'm a VTuber after all. I like this stone facade that I wear. But then in real life, I'll be going somewhere that's oh yeah, facial recognition. Oh, cameras here, there, up the wazoo, everywhere but the bathroom. I hope everywhere but the bathroom. If it was in the bathroom, I'd be very afraid. But yeah, in public, there's so many cameras and they're always watching you. And obviously you have that joke that the government is watching you. Is the government really watching you? Probably not. Probably not. A lot of people do a lot of things, and a lot of times nothing really happens. But Meta's definitely watching you. A lot of Facebook information gathering. I don't know what I'm yapping about. I'm just very afraid of online presence. Real life stalking, essentially. Companies stalking you. I'm just afraid of that. I don't like that. That scares me. I turn off my personalized ads. I try to use a VPN when I can. Emphasis on try. Really emphasis on try. I'm not that good. I'm not that consistent. I want to. And the more normalized it becomes, the less afraid I am. And I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not. I'm not sure if being less afraid is a good thing in regards to corporate stalking, I'll say. I'm just not sure. I am not sure. But concert was amazing. I loved that. I loved the All for One concert. I always have to gush about it. I consider it my first concert ever. I don't consider that college pep rally concert, but All for One, my first concert, and it was a blast. And again, I was very nervous going in. My heart was beating out of my chest. Luckily, I got there a few hours early, so I was able to calm down before the concert started. I got very riled up when the concert did start. But I think that was because I was cheering too hard. I was loving too much. And I felt like I was going to have like a heart attack. But I also felt like I was going to have a heart attack when I was walking in. Because the line was not too long to get in at 4. Because, you know, concert starts at 6. So the line wasn't too bad. They did tell us to get very much together. But it still wasn't bad. But it was very fun. It was very fun. Bunch of like-minded individuals just jamming. It's insane. I actually prepared some topics to yap about during the stream. Not that I really need them so far, but I prepared some topics to see if anything would come up randomly. Ooh, do I have any good ones? I don't really. I have in my notes. Do I have my notes up? I can pull out my notes actually to show. No, I can't. You know what? We'll just do this just to show notes. Is that good? Wow, that's not that good. Whoa. And, can I... Yeah, I have a bunch of notes, stylized, blah, blah, blah. I did ask for some help. Do I have anything else? Ooh, what's a good one? Let's just do a random one. I like this one. The silliest future self I can picture for me? Oh, no. The silliest? I mean, I'm already quite silly. I do have to say. Though the silliest? Ooh, that's hard. That's hard. I think I'd have to get involved in, I guess either educational entertainment for children. Like, first thing that came to mind was Blippi. If you don't know who Blippi is, I don't really know either, but I believe he is a very popular I think he's a YouTuber. He might have a TV show, I don't know. But he's very coded for a children's entertainment. Very uppity, very energetic, and I only heard good things about the guy. Obviously, he's designed towards children, and not in the way that maybe Bluey is more family-oriented. Blippi is very much targeted towards children's entertainment rather than family entertainment. Granted, you can obviously watch... I can't say obviously if I haven't seen his content. But yes, he's very much for children, and from all I've heard about him is that he's a really solid entertainer, a really good guy. I don't want to say good guy because I might be misconstruing. He obviously seems nice, but I'm trying to say he is a good entertainer. He seems passionate about what he does. He's talented at what he does. And it's not like he's taking advantage of children doing like those weird Spider-Man videos that were popular on YouTube back then. The weird like Elsa X Spider-Man things that were targeted. I don't know what that was. YouTube has some very, very strange phases. Some absolutely strange phases that I don't want to look into, that I don't want to know about, that I just don't want to know about. But he seems like a really, really good entertainer for children. Like, morally good. Also talented, but I'm specifying good as in moral. He seems very good in that way. But I can describe... I think describing him as silly is appropriate. And if I were to, like, decide that, ooh, I want to go into, like, maybe, like, what is his name? Steve from Blue's Clues. I want to do something like that with my career. I want to change paths and do that, which for some reason, I don't know why, but I feel like is a possible path for me. A possible, not career path, but a possible way to end up. a possible future is just being in children's entertainment like that. I would drive a minivan. I've said this before. I do love minivans. That's not a silly part. That's just me loving minivans. And I feel like that fits that aesthetic. But yes, I'd have to probably go either into there, maybe volunteer at an orphanage or something. Or maybe a children's camp. I don't know. I don't really have a... Do I have a desire to do that? I like the idea of providing aid to people in general, but also children. But to volunteer at an orphanage, that's... I'm not sure if that's something I do. I'm not even sure if there's orphanages by me. I don't know. That's really interesting, I think. I never really thought about that. But yes, I always strive to be a family-friendly guy at the very least. But to be a children's entertainer would be interesting. Maybe voice acting in a silly little cartoon would be nice. A cartoon named for children. Like like Weird Al Yankovic. Weird Al. What is his name? I this is gonna sound very weird. It's very out of context, but I know Weird Al Yankovic. From one of the cartoons he was in. Yeah, I'll just rip the man-page off. He, or his OC, canonically had a child with one of the main characters from My Little Pony. That's one of the biggest tidbits I know about that show. Little things I know about that show is that his character in the show that he voices is married or ends up marrying, and spoiler if you're watching it, to I believe Pinkie Pie. They are married. They have children. Are they married? I'm not sure if there's marriage in the show actually. I don't know, but they have a child. They are together and they have a child. Is what I'm trying to say. I don't even know when I brought up Weird Al. Oh yeah, acting in a TV show. He's a pretty silly guy. I love Weird Al. Weird Al is great. Weird Al is... he's amazing. He seems like such a fun dude. He is such a fun dude. I have nothing but respect for him. But he's also the first person I thought about for silly voice acted character in a TV show aimed for children. Granted, the target audience was children for My Little Pony. I don't think... Bronies aren't going to come after me for saying that. Can it be enjoyed by more? Yes. Or is it a family-friendly show? Yes. Is it a family show? I think that can be argued. But I do think the target audience is children. I think that's fair to say. And it has reviews as a great show, though. I will give it that. And Weird Al is a great guy. A lot of talented people in the animation industry. And that show was very popular. Very, very, very popular. Oh my. But yeah, I can see myself voice acting in a show for children. I think I can see a future of that. Where I'm a very silly, eccentric character. Yeah. That seems like a possibility. It seems like a possibility. Ooh. You know, now I'm curious. What more do we have? Another thing. My favorite small detail about streaming that nobody sees. Do I know? I don't know. I guess, for me, was setting up my microphone. That's probably my favorite small detail. It's not a small detail. It's actually a very big thing. But I'll start it up. Basically, when I first got this microphone, I got it online. It was pre-used. And then sat in my closet for a while. And then eventually I finally tried to plug it in and use it. And it's working. But instead of sounding like this, you know, where you can hear me like this, and I'm not even sure if you can hear me well, but instead of sounding like this, it was more like... Where can you barely hear? This is half volume or whatever. You can barely hear me over the music, probably. But yes, the sound was atrocious on it. And I spent a Herculean effort trying to say this because I'm not going to return this. I don't want to deal with Amazon. I think the whatever has ran out anyway. I just don't want to deal with returning this. So I have to fix it. I have to make it work. I have to make it decent. And I don't think it's good. I do think it's decent now. But the sound settings weren't working. The advanced settings weren't working. I think I had to download some sort of equalizer. I had to download an equalizer to artificially boost up my microphone sound so that it could be legible. To artificially boost it up. And it's not the best thing in the world, but it's solid. I like it. I think it's good. I think it's good. And that makes me feel good. I put in such a Herculean amount of effort. The videos I watched, the time I spent, definitely hours. Definitely hours. I wouldn't say tens of hours. Not that far. But if I were to say 3 hours, I don't think that's a stretch. I don't think that's a stretch. Everything else was pretty easy to set up. OBS, pretty simple. Creating a YouTube channel, Twitch channel, pretty simple. The microphone was probably the hardest part of this. The hardest part. Just because I bought a bad microphone. Just because I bought a bad microphone. It was bad. Oh my. Oh my. Oh, it's goo. It is goo. I'm sorry. I got confused by that. Lovely, lovely. Was this so? It is. No, it's N. Ah. And it's like that. Okay. I'm learning this is so. Got it. Let's see. What other topics? Or is there anything else about streaming that I said? I do like, not seeing the analytics. I like YouTube's dashboard. It feels nice. And it gives insight on what works, what doesn't. Though for me, most of it's just whatever the algorithm wills. I'm not enforcing my will upon the algorithm. The algorithm is playing with me as its toy. So I just deal with it, I suppose. Ooh. Games I want to play, but I'm kind of scared to stream. I really love fighting games. I love the idea of fighting games. I've never beaten a fighting game. I've never beaten a fighting game. And my computer is, again, kind of terrible. I've been meaning to upgrade it. I think I am going to upgrade it. I think I'm pretty sold on that. I just need to figure out the specs and order everything. And I want to build it myself. That might be a terrible idea, but it might be a good idea. I really don't know. But a lot of fighting games. I think I can really grind them for a while. But I'm just afraid of going silent when I'm focusing too hard. I'm afraid of getting burnt out by them. I'm just afraid a little bit. And I don't think that's a bad thing. It's a reasonable fear. They're hard games. They don't have checkpoints. They're very rage-inducing. And I was raging a bit even at Jimino Kart the other day. So rage is not foreign to me, unfortunately. And I like to be chill. I like to be relaxed. I like to be just very calm. I like to just, vibe sometimes. Fighting games feel like a threat to that, but oh my goodness gracious, they seem so fun. They seem so fun. And then meme games, other games, those I'm not really afraid of. Though, game that I don't really want to stream are shooter games. Not because I think, video games bad, video games violence, blah, blah, blah. I'm just bad at shooters. I'm just bad at shooters. I really am. I have no experience with them. I always say this joke. Not joke. I played Fortnite once and I won. It was a 50v50, but I won. And I continue to hold that pride every day. And by pride, I mean, I sometimes just bring it up that I have a 100% win rate in Fortnite. I just sometimes bring that up. Oh, that reminds me of, what is that called? Fall Guys. the first time I ever played Fall Guys, I walked downstairs to the Stone family, and a lot of them were playing it. And I was just kind of there. And they've been talking about it for a while, like how they were playing it with friends and whatnot. And they wanted to get good at it or something. And I walked in seeing them playing on the PlayStation. And, you know, they fail because, you know, they're not rock hard gamers like I am. And I'm like, dang, this is difficult. Hey, Stone, you want to give it a try? And I say sure. And I play the game, I get pretty far, and somehow, on my first attempt, I win. On my first attempt, I win. And instead of being like, you know, humble, calm, relaxed, like, oh, cool, I just kind of was a sore winner. I rubbed it in all of their faces. I literally screamed easy at my family member. I screamed easy at my dad. This was easy. I literally screamed this was easy at him because he was playing too, and he wasn't as good as I was, you know. And that gave me aura. That felt powerful. Just gloating to them. I was absolutely a sore winner. That's also my only time I've ever won on Fall Guys. I played it a few other times, but that's the only time I've actually ever won it. But I think I've only played less than 10 games in total. But it was just so fun. It was so fun. And Fall Guys is still pretty decently popular. Yeah. Ooh. One game I'm mildly afraid to stream is Minecraft. I like Minecraft. I think I can play Minecraft. I think I can do a survival world. I think I can do Skyblock. But specifically like the mini games on like a Hypixel or one of those servers. That's where I kind of draw the line, because I think I'm not that good at the game. I've only played on console, not computer. So to play on computer with a mouse and keyboard, that's gonna be foreign to learn. And then some people are just so incredibly talented. I think I'm probably below average, not terrible, but below average at most mini games. But some people are beyond exceptional, and they scare me. I would be such a hindrance on like a Minecraft Monday. I don't know what the event is called. I've seen some streamers play some big Minecraft event. I would be such a hindrance to my team. I would be such a hindrance. I would have fun, I think, I hope, but I think a lot of people would hate me for, you know, kind of being bad. Is this do or is this, what is this? Da, it is da, okay. Ta da, okay. I got that then. But yeah, I think I'd be a bit afraid to play Minecraft. Terraria. Oh my, that's a game I haven't played in a while. Terraria. The first time I heard of Terraria was probably you know, the extended Stone family. My Stone cousins were over, and they showed me this cool game they had on their phones, kind of like Minecraft, but not like Minecraft at all. And eventually I got it, and I played it. And man, it's been such a long while. It's such a fun game. It was a fun game. And I didn't beat the whole game. I beat the Wall of Flesh and got a little bit into that, but I didn't ever beat the whole game. But the last time I heard the name Terraria, I think, and it's a good game, and it is probably one of the best games you can invest in terms of like time you can play it for and enjoy it for. I think it's a really good game for that. Like a return on investment, if you're one of those people who want to say it like that. It is an incredible return on investment game. But the last time I played it, last time I heard about it, oh man, I'm feeling so nostalgic, was Stampy Longnose's world. Stampy had a Terraria world that he played on some videos. He wasn't always just a Minecraft guy. Shout out to Stampy. I know he retired. He ended the main series, which I did watch that video. I think I watched it like the day it came out or something too, because I was I found myself seeing his videos on my recommended on that last week, and I was like, wow, he's still going. I love the guy. And I was like, oh, he's wrapping it down. What a legend. He is such a legend. Stampy is such a legend. He made my childhood so good. He made so many. I have so many memories of his lovely world. Builds I tried to copy of his in Minecraft, but I couldn't because I'm not good at the game. I'm just so happy that I had the opportunity to watch him as I was a kid, because he was just so fun. I hear he's I believe he's doing some other stuff. I think he's taking a step back from YouTube as a whole, from his channel at least, but I think he's involved in other projects. I forget. I should check in, because he's such a genuine guy. He was one of the pillars of Minecraft YouTube. He had really no controversies. Obviously, some people he associated with did have controversies. The whole Lion Maker controversy was terrible. Terrible. And then the Alpherley's controversy was a bit smaller, but I think he handled both really well. Specifically the Alpherley one, I think he handled really well. Because, you know, his audience was a big chunk of children, and some things you can't really articulate to children, some things you can't really explain, so you kind of have to build around that in like a fantasy way, and he was really good at that. He's just... Stampy is insanely talented. What a legend. I'm so happy I thought of him. Nice. Stampy. He made Minecraft YouTubing the most fun. Though I miss a lot of the older Minecraft YouTubers. I wish them the best. I know Dan TDM, I believe he's still going hard on Minecraft and other games. He's still a pretty prominent content creator, if I recall. Though it's been a while since I checked in on him. I loved his videos too. I hate to say that I miss... no, it's not that I miss the old lab, but the old lab was just such a iconic build. It was such an iconic build. I know we got the upgrade... Blah, blah, man, but I remember those old mod showcases in the old labs. That was amazing. He's also such a great guy. From what he does, he just seems so nice and kind-hearted. And again, controversy-free for such a long time. And another one I love was popular MMOs. I feel bad for him. I really do. I feel like after him and Jen split, he got in some bad relationships. And I hear that some of his friends that he associated with after that weren't kind of the best people. And all I remember is his channel... him stopping, I guess, and stop uploading, and his channel kind of not waning, not his channel waning, but of course the court appearances of his were a little disheartening to see as a viewer, because I just want the best for the people who made my childhood the best. I want them to be happy. I always wish the best for them. I wish the best for most people, but specifically them, because they brought me so much happiness. And at his peak of his popularity, he wasn't a bad guy. He was or at least he seemed like a really nice guy at the peak of his popularity. Seemed really down to earth and really just had a lot of interaction with his fans. He was at his peak when he was posting videos. He was pretty controversy free. Now there's controversy around him, but he was pretty controversy free. And then... Ooh, I'm talking about Minecraft YouTubers. There's one that I wanted to talk about that I probably shouldn't. So I probably won't. I don't think I'll even mention him. But, or is it them now? I'm not even sure. I think they go by all pronouns. But they are just so full with controversy. And I'll just say their name. Or their former name, because they changed it now, but Sky Does Minecraft, that was I did like their videos at first when I was younger. I thought the idea of the offices were cool. But now that I'm an adult, now that I'm an adult, but now that I know the situation, I hate to say this, but I find myself, I can't watch his old videos. I really can't. I just find myself disgusted with it. And that's a skill issue on my part. But I just really can't bring myself to watch his videos anymore, his old videos. And that should be a good thing. That really should be a good thing, but I don't know. I'm feeling very, not conflicted. Conflicted is not the right word. Sky is not a good person. From everything that came out, everything that was there, everything was there behind the scenes, Sky is not a good person. And I feel awful that I used to look up to them. I really am not. I really am disgusted with that. But I will say, the good thing about that, the only good thing I'll say, the only silver lining, is that it did introduce me to some creators that I do enjoy. Some creators that is their only controversy, was being a victim of Sky Media. And it took years for everything to come out. The whole, I will bleed you dry in court if you speak out thing. Oh my, that was disgusting on Sky's part. But, of course, I'm talking about MythSan. MythSan is a creator I still watch. But, MythSan seems like such a nice guy. He seems like such a nice guy. And I love the whole, the boys community. It's really nice. I don't even know what to say. If you don't know who MythSan is, I recommend checking him out. He posts mainly a lot of videos with his friends. He plays mainly like Goose Goose Duck. He plays a lot of the Friend Slop games. But it's fun. It's really fun. And he'll yap about whatever. He's a fun creator. I do recommend. And then also Europower Ross from this same office. But yeah, I think I've been catching some of his some of his VODs. Because I'm not sure. I don't know. Oh man, I'm going down memory lane. I really am going down memory lane with all these Minecraft YouTubers. Oh, speaking of them, I used to watch Sunday a lot. Again, flirting with Team Crafted, but branched out to his own thing. I loved his Skyblock series. That was probably my favorite series of his. And then I did grow apart from his content, though. I think he's making content more aimed towards a younger audience. And that's fine. That's good. But it's not something I necessarily want to see. So I think I've drifted away. Maybe I'll catch some of his old videos. I'm not sure if they're good or not. He's definitely had his fair share of controversies. His fair share of good and bad things that happened to him. Nothing too terrible from what I recall. I do remember that time where he took a large hiatus from his channel to try and work things out with his wife. He went to church and discovered God and had controversy surrounding promoting religion to children. That one video, which I understand the controversy. I understand why he did it. I wouldn't have done that in his position, but I understand why he did it. I understand that I don't know. I'm not going to condone him. That. But yeah, he seems like a fun guy. I'm just saying the fun guy. It takes a lot for me not to like you as an individual. It takes a lot for me not to like an individual. In fact, the only one I think I mentioned that I didn't like were probably, well, the only two only two YouTubers that I specifically don't like that I've mentioned are probably what was formerly Sky Does Minecraft and Lion Maker. And I didn't really watch Lion Maker. I just the allegation, not, the allegations is the wrong word, because I believe, I'm only saying allegations because I don't recall, no, they were proven, I believe. I don't even sure if I'm allowed to say that word on YouTube. What did they say? The PDF file. That's how they get around it on TikTok, I believe. Yeah. Line Maker, no. Sky, no. Any other? Oh yeah, I guess I'll talk about Aphmau. I was a fan of her. I call it Minecraft anime. I believe she called it Minecraft anime. It was nice. I discovered it before I discovered anime, so it was nice. Nice little story. Watched a lot of My Street. A lot of My Street. I don't think I finished My Street, though. Because My Street went on for, like, over a decade now, didn't it? I'm not even... Is it still going on? I don't know. I know she's still making videos. What is it? Blue Jay Studios? Blue Jay Studios, I believe? They are producing like crazy. I've seen some of my younger cousins put Aphmau stuff on their Christmas lists, and I was like, not that she's still around, but wow, she's branching out into like commercial sales. I haven't checked up on her channel in a while, but wow, I'm just very impressed at the business that she has built. Or that they have built. Blue Jay Studios. Very impressive to me. I'm not sure if I could ever be a business owner. I'm not sure. I think it would be cool, but it's also a lot of work, I feel. It's a lot of work. The closest I ever did to run a business... Well, actually, was there anything? It would probably be like not even a club. In high school, I was part of a robotics team, and I was the captain of this one division. That is the closest I will ever get to running a business. That is the closest that's the closest I have ever gotten to running a business. I've done other things. I had other leadership positions, but that is the closest I gotten to running a business, because it was working with other groups, scheduling what goes where can I put where, blah, blah, blah. This needs that. A lot of planning on that end. It was fun. Okay, that was fun, but it was also bad. I might have been a little stinker when I was in high school, in some degree, and I remember, oh man, this is bad. This is really bad. My thing was, pneumatics. It's like compressed air, moving things with compressed air. And my division was pretty small. I didn't have a lot of peers working with me on it. So I was pretty much the only experts. And one day I was a senior in high school, and I was pretty bad at teaching pneumatics to everyone else. Most of it was unintentional, but part of it was for job security almost. I don't want this young freshman taking my job. I like being pneumatics guy. I like doing that. It's fun for me. It is fun for me. I like controlling compressed air. It's nice. But I was pretty bad at teaching it to everyone else. I should have been better at that, especially to the younger freshmen, because they were cool. All my peers were cool. Like, all the underclassmen were cool. I was cool with all of them. They were fun. But I was just a bit of a little stinker, I suppose. I think that's something I regret. I mean, I still did teach them, and I taught them well enough. I had this entire board showcasing each component of the pneumatic system. That was really nice, from our compressor to our air tanks to our regulator. I'll run through it. A compressor is a sort of thing that compresses air, as the name suggests. Air tanks you can think of as big old air batteries. They hold compressed air. And the bigger they are, the more they hold. So an easiest way to think of them is sort of like a battery, a conventional sense of battery. A regulator regulates the PSI, how strong the air pressure can be. On the tank side, we were allowed up to 120, but in terms of actually firing pistons, we could only go to 60 PSI. So we would regulate the air pressure sent through. then we'd send that to a solenoid, which is something that we can control, that controls airflow into a piston. And then we'd send, from that control, we'd send air into a piston, which if you push air in, it pushes out. You pull it in one end, it pushes out. You basically can control a, how do I say this? Not an actuator, but basically it extends if you put air in, and contracts if you, there's like two, well, it's either there's two holes or there's a spring inside. If you put air in one hole, it'll extend. If you put air in the other hole, it will retract. And obviously, you can't have air in both holes, otherwise it won't move. So you have to put air in one hole, it'll extend, and then when you're done to switch it, it'll switch over, the air will go out of that one hole and into the other hole. And it's a really nice system, really neat, really powerful. Really powerful. But I was just a combination of bad and not eager to share my knowledge, which I do regret. I do regret that. But it was a fun time. It was an absolutely fun time. I like that high school robotics. And I guess being the leader was kind of the thing that, how do I say this, is most similar to running a business. Because running a business does really scare me. Ooh, I'm sorry. I looked at one of my topics, and it was the dumbest things I've stayed up late doing. There was a lot of dumb things that I stayed up late doing. I remember, this is also in high school, which I do not recommend staying up to 3 a.m. on a Tuesday night, but I did stay up to 3 a.m. on a Tuesday night once. I stayed up to 3 a.m. on a Tuesday night, pretty often actually. And the reason that I was staying up that late is because I would take off my shirt and do ab exercises while singing along to the Japanese version of Say So. I would do ab exercises while singing along to the Japanese version of Say So. I don't know. I was very bizarre at night. Night is a weird time. I feel very productive at night, or used to at the very least feel very, very productive at night. And one thing I wanted to do is I wanted to exercise more. So I saw like a 7-minute ab workout video on YouTube, and I watched it pretty often, and I'd work out to it sometimes. But every day I was like, I'll do it later, I'll do it later, I'll do it later. Then, you know, it's 2:30 on a Tuesday night. Well, I guess Wednesday morning at that point. It's 2:30. I was like, man, I really want to go to sleep. I should exercise now and then go to sleep. So I do that, and on my, I forget if it was my phone. No, I think it was my iPad. I would put on music. Well, no, I listened to the video, and then I think I'd also do crunches afterwards to music. And I obviously didn't use headphones for some reason, despite other people living in the same house as me. I did not use headphones because I'm mean and self-centered, and I didn't think of it. So I would listen to this weird, I only saying weird because it's not English, sound while making like grunting noises because I'm crunching. And oh wow, I scrolled up. That's weird. But I would make, this sounds so inappropriate, but I would basically be listening to something without headphones in this weird language, doing crunches, and like, I guess panting, sweating, which sounds not like the thing that some people do at 3 a.m. on a Tuesday night or Wednesday morning. It sounds like another thing that they would be doing. But I don't mean to make inappropriate jokes, but I was just doing my ab exercises. And until I got bored of them. I think I only lasted, well, actually, I think I did a pretty solid job. Actually, I might have recorded how much I did. Let me check. I want to check. Do I still have that? I have this old tab where I'd keep track of exercises. Let's see. Exercise for now on YouTube. Wait, was this not in high school? No, this wasn't in high school. Did I not record the right one? Was it a different exercise that I did? Let me check this. I recorded some stuff. No. Oh yeah, no, I didn't record it on here. I did do exercises, but no, I'm trying to remember. Wait, when did Say So come out? Say So. Because I might be misremembering. I might have been doing that in college. Wait. When did it first come out, though? It says 2019, but when in 2019? This is pretty popular. November 2019. Huh. Okay, so that was a college memory, I think. A college memory, I think. Let me check, actually. Wow, it's been such a long time since I looked through this. It's a record of my own stuff. Actually, you know what? Should I read a journal entry? I might read a journal entry. I'll read my first 2 journal entries of exercise. I don't know why I don't know why I did this, but you know, why not? Why not embarrass myself? I pulled it up. Why not bite the bullet? Why not? Day 1. Wait, no, let me go. If I'm just gonna be reading my old journal entries, let me go into this, and let me turn off the notepad. There we go. Lovely, lovely. Day 1. I created this to keep me reminded and motivated to exercise at least once per day. Okay, the phone turned off. That's fine. For now, I will do the workout routine that I saved on YouTube. I do have high hopes for myself. After all, I did it a few days straight before. Consistency is key. What I want to get out of this is a healthy body figure that I can respect and enjoy when I should deserve. I hope this will work. Wow, that's a little too eager and personal. Was I chipper? I don't even know. But yeah, this is dated 2020. Oh yeah, no, this was 2020, early 2020. The COVID times. Day 4. Sorry I missed the past 2 days. I exercised normally during day 2. The only thing I did different is that I didn't do optional sit-ups after because I was dead tired. Besides that, day 2 went well. However, I was not able to exercise on day 3. I was swamped with work and didn't stop until 3:45 a.m. I was really disappointed by the fact that I didn't exercise. I was dead tired and my legs did the thing where they are sort of in pain from not sleeping. I remember that. I don't understand how it works. I just know that I have felt the same pain before for the same reason. It took me a while to even fall asleep. That being said, day 4 was a grand success. I was feeling unmotivated at first, but I did it. After that, I did my sit-ups. I put on a song and did sit-ups for its duration. Shout out to Say So, specifically the Japanese version. That's you, baby. I did sit-ups for at least 3 minutes. The song started to play at most 30 seconds in, probably 15-ish realistically, and ended at 3:45-ish. And I did so continuously without breaks. I just kept a pace in my head and closed my eyes so I could focus on completing a sit-up now and not continuing to do sit-ups for X amount of time. I am proud of this. One thing I'm looking forward to is the day where I do the workout itself without stopping to catch a break or relax my muscles. I'll be sure to write when that happens. Can we do one more? That's a pretty... we'll do one more. One more journal entry. Why not? Well, actually, let's talk about this one first. The song was Say So, the Japanese version of Say So. I was really into that for some reason. I don't know why. But at 3:45, that was later than I thought it was. Granted, that was when I went to sleep, but still, wow. I had a terrible, terrible, terrible sleep schedule. Anyways, third entry, day 10. I've had a hard time keeping up with the logs. I'm just really tired after exercising and have a hard time finding motivation to write, so I push it off to the morning. I will try to fix it now. I forgot a lot of what's happened on what day, but I know some things have stuck with me. Since the last log, I've missed 2 days of exercise. I believe the day after the last log and the one before this one. I was feeling so drained, unmotivated, and tired. I will learn from this, and in the future, I will try to do these earlier. Going to bed earlier would also be a bonus. One good thing that happened in the break was that I was able to do sit-ups for an entire 4-minute song, and I did it a couple of times. The only thing I want to change with this regard is that I'm using momentum for sit-ups, not just my core. When I do sit-ups, I use my arms to generate momentum, not a full swing, but enough to get me started on my way up. I want to improve in this area. Day 10 was a day to be proud of. I was able to keep up with the first 3 exercises. I did not take a single break during these 3. After the first 3 is the first break, and I broke at the plank, which is the 4th exercise, but for the first 3, I did not stop at all. In regards to the exercises as a whole, there are 2 things that concern me. First, I'm not doing the exercises properly. Example, in circles, my legs aren't fully extended out. Like the sit-ups, I believe this will be solved with hard work in due time. The second thing is, for the mountain climbers in plank, my arm seems to slip when it's on the floor like that. I have to use my hands, and I'm not sure how drastically that affects the exercises, but I hope I can overcome this. Wow, what a fun little log. What a fun little log. I was really trying to get into that. I don't remember how long I kept that up for. I don't recall, but I really did try to get into it. I was proud of myself for doing that. I think you should be proud of yourself for trying to put effort into things. I do wish I had a better sleep schedule back then, though. I really ruined my sleep schedule with COVID. COVID specifically. It wasn't good in high school. It wasn't good before COVID. But during COVID, it was not. It was not good. It was just not good in the slightest. It ruined my sleep schedule. Unfortunately, but I miss being able to sleep in late. I miss being able to stay up late. I miss that. I do miss that feeling, but having a consistent sleep schedule is unfortunately probably a good thing. It is no, it is definitely a good thing. It is definitely a good thing, and I'm just a little sad and jealous. I really I do want to sleep in one day, but I don't know how. I don't know how. I even on my big breaks where I would take like I'd have 9 days off from anything. I just kind of could not sleep in late, and it made me sad. It made me sad. Huh. Oh, one of the topics I have is the longest rabbit hole I've ever gone down online. Wow. That would... Oh my. What would that be? I've definitely been on some Wikipedia articles. I definitely did some random ones, but I don't consider that a rabbit hole. I think the rabbit hole that I spent the most time on would be... Well, the first one that comes to mind is I watched like a 4-hour long analysis of the Adult Swim shorts, This House Has People in It. I watched a 4-hour long analysis of it, or something like that. Something ridiculous like that. There's much more content than 4 hours, and I spent time digesting all that. But if you don't know what this is, This House Has People in It is... I believe it's like a few like little shorts from Adult Swim about this house, recordings from this house when like a party is going on or something. It's just recordings like that. And each time, well, not each time, but things get a little weird. And there's like this blue creature running around outside, sometimes randomly. People are phasing through the floors. It's such a bizarre thing. And I don't remember anything about it. I don't remember anything about the rabbit hole. But it was so interesting. It was so interesting to look into. I really enjoyed it. I might watch it again. I do recommend it, I suppose. If you're not too freaked out by realistic horror? Not realistic horror. It wasn't realistic necessarily. But I wouldn't call it animal. I don't know what kind of horror. Whatever horror it was. I do recommend it. I also watched, This is probably my favorite thing Adult Swim has ever put out, but the video Too Many Cooks. Too Many Cooks. It's this like a 10-minute long video that's like an intro to a theme song. Think like a 90s style family sitcom, like Full House. You know, Full House obviously going like everywhere you look, there's a heart. Hear the whole down to you. Something like that. I'm not going to get copyright because I not only butchered the song, but I sang it off key. But Too Many Cooks was Adult Swim's like parody of that. And it goes something like this. It takes a lot to make a stew, a piece of me and a piece of you, and him and her and the baby too, and you've got too many cooks, too many cooks. It's something like that. But it keeps going on, and the sitcom keeps getting more people, and then it goes off the rails. And I don't remember exactly what happened, but there was like this robot that would come in, shoot lasers, and start killing off the cast members while they're singing the theme song. Because it's just one big theme song. It's not a real show. But, oh my goodness gracious. It's just like 6-7 minute long straight theme song. Oh, is it 6-7 minute long? Let me look it up actually. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry, I'm getting very sidetracked. But Too Many Cooks is something that I find iconic. Too Many Cooks. It takes a lot to make a stew. Oh yeah, this is it. It's a short. Already watched, want to watch. It's a movie. Oh, what? It is over 11 minutes long. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me show you what I am talking about. Oh, nope. I need to change the tab. Too Many Cooks. You see the 90s style sitcom theme? It's really cute and fun. It has its own Wikipedia. Oh, I'm going to click on that. But yeah, sorry, mild blood warning, I guess. I didn't even see that at first. But yeah, it's 11 minutes and 12 seconds on Adult Swim's channel from 2014. I did not watch this in 2014. Too many cooks in the kitchen can spoil the broth, but they can also fill our hearts with love. Oh man, look at this! I don't even remember that animated stuff. But let's look at the Wikipedia. And also, just an aggressive reminder to drink water. I'm very parched. I've actually been really dehydrated the past few days. I don't know why. But let's read this. Too Many Cooks is a surreal comedy horror short that originally aired as a special during Adult Swim's infomercials block on October 28, 2014 at 4 a.m. Eastern Time. It was created, written, and directed by Casper Kelly and produced by William Street. After its original airing, the piece became a viral video online and was repeated each night at midnight Eastern Time during the week of November 11, 2014. Oh yeah, it's good. It's really good. Oh, it specifically mentions Full House. Wow. Black comedy, surreal humor, comedy, horror? Oh wow. Anything here? Opening theme? Performed by Sean Coleman, Cheryl Rogers, Michael Magno, and Patty Mack. Ooh, anything else here? Production. Wow. Reception. Upon its release by a third party on YouTube, Too Many Cooks became a viral video, with Rolling Stone calling it an instant cult classic. Director Ryan Johnson said that, no joke, Too Many Cooks should have been nominated for an Academy Award for Best Live Action Short Film, although it was in fact ineligible for this honor, not having had a cinematic release. Penn Jillette, Simon Pegg, Zach Braff, and Richard Kelly all tweeted their positive reactions to Too Many Cooks. I don't want to talk about people talking about... I don't want to talk about people talking about Too Many Cooks. Parodies, blah, blah, blah. Let's look at development and production. According to Kelly, he conveyed the concept of the short to his Squidbillies writer-producer friend Jim Fortier, who in turn described it to Adult Swim executive Mike Lazo, who loved the idea. The footage was filmed for over a period of 3 days in October 2013, with a cast completely composed of extras from the Atlanta area. Post-production took a year, with Kelly recruiting friends and co-workers to help with the process. While the video depicts the opening credits of a fictional television show, most of the cast members' real names were used. Really? According to Katie Adkins, actors were not presented with a clearly explained script, but rather coached on the go in a somewhat nonchalant manner. Among the series, openings parodied are those of Full House, Wonder Woman, The Brady Bunch, Dallas, Dynasty, Battlestar Galactica, Falcon Crest, Alf, G.I. Joe, Roseanne, Family Matters, T.J. Hooker, Seinfeld, and the Law & Order franchise. The short briefly mentions avant-garde film director Lars von Trier. Wow! The more you know! What an absolute legend! That was a very fun... If you have 11 minutes and 12 seconds to spare, I'd recommend that. That's really fun. I want to do more creative projects like that. I think I'm gonna lean into ASMR. Not lean into... I think I'm gonna do ASMR. Not on this channel. I have a second channel. I hadn't decided what to use it for yet, but I think I'm gonna use it for ASMR. I think I'm gonna make ASMR, like theme stories and whatnot, that I would like to voice act. I think I will. I'll probably have to queue some up, but oh man, that'll be fun. I want to make stories. I want to be more creative. I want to practice my voice, because even now my voice is getting a little hoarse. Granted, I think that's because I'm dehydrated. I don't know why. Ever since Sunday night, Sunday afternoon, I've been dehydrated. Not mildly, like severely dehydrated. Like all today, my lips were very dry no matter how much water I drank. And I drank a lot of water. I probably drank... I don't even know, but I drank a lot of water. And I was still, not feeling close to 100% hydration. That's why I aggressively remind you to drink water. That is why I aggressively remind you to drink water. Right. Let's keep this party going. Let's do some more of this, because we're actually lagging a bit behind. We're only at 84 correct. We're not even at 100, and we're over an hour streaming, so let's hop on to it, and maybe we can focus a little bit. Maybe. I'm leaning too forward in my chair. I need to relax. Ah, that's better. That is much, much better. Do I have to be up? I don't really have to be up early tomorrow, but I don't know. I've been wanting to go to bed earlier. Mainly because, I mentioned this earlier. My neighbors who go to work early in the morning, I hear their car rev up at like 6 a.m. Not 6 a.m., but like 6:30. And that just really... I think I'm a light sleeper. And that's not good for a lot of things. That's not good. I've been trying to compensate for that by maybe listening to something as I go to bed. Like trying to have earphones in, and listening to like binaural beats or something. I used to do that, but it's hard to do that. I like to sleep on my side, so it's hard for me to wear headphones while I go to bed. It's very uncomfortable. And same thing with earbuds. Earbuds are also quite uncomfortable to put in while I'm on my side. So I want to do it, but I can't necessarily do that to cover the sound. But in terms of light sleeping, I also bought a sleep mask, one that you put over your eyes to sleep to like block out light, and it is really good. The only problem is, even the tiniest bit of light wakes me up, and my blinds, while they are there, they let light through. Sorry for the long silence. I was walking and playing. Oh, SD Gundam SD Gundam Generation Eternal. Gundam G Generation Eternal. Wow. Eating and playing. Nice. Nice. Hope your food was good. And I hope the game was good too. SD Gundam G Generation Eternal. Nice. I didn't know Gundam had video games. I know a lot of shows do have video games. I remember I was really into Digimon for a while when it was airing on... Was it Nickelodeon? Was it Cartoon? I don't know what it was. I was really into Digimon. And I was really sad that there wasn't a Digimon game. So I specifically looked it up. And I found out there was. But there was just no Western release of it. There was no release of it in the United States, so I couldn't even find an old one unless I ordered it online. But I didn't know how to order things on the internet back then. I didn't know. So I was just there, loving Digimon a reasonable amount, but being unable to play the video games. But yeah, I remember I played some Dragon Ball video games. I remember I went on a was it a vacation? I was some camp. I don't know where parents sent you to while they, I don't know, but they had a video game console there, and I remember playing one of the Dragon Ball Fighter games. And it was fun. It was fun. I don't remember much. No, I do remember being that I haven't watched Dragon Ball. I haven't. I've consumed some of the series through osmosis. I actually know. I've watched the first Broly movie. I think. I don't remember actually. I don't know. I don't know. But I've consumed some Dragon Ball through osmosis. So I'm aware of the series. I like the series. I respect the series. But I played the video game for the first time, and I was like this smaller marionette guy. I don't know what his name is. And one of his main attacks in the video game was to latch onto the person and explode and be left with 1 health. I remember winning some fights like that. I've heard of Digimon, but I know they had vintage card game. Wait, Digimon had a card game? Really? They have a modern... Really? At your local Target, they have a modern card game for Digimon. I know Digimon has been rebooted a few times over, but... Really? I didn't know that... Well, I know they make trading cards and card games for everything nowadays. I have my own Hololive card for the trading card game that I got from just a really nice stranger. Got it from a really nice stranger. My Zeta card from the Hololive trading card game. Everything has a trading card nowadays, but I didn't know Digimon did. That's cool. I'm not too familiar with Digimon. I was just really into it when it was airing on Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon, whatever was airing on when I was a kid. Specifically, the main series with what's the main guy's name? Tai, and then there was also Matt. Matt was the blue guy. Tai was the red guy. I don't know why I'm calling them blue and red. It's just the most defining characteristic. And Tai had wait, gray, was it? He had the dinosaur. Matt had the wolf. One of the girls whose names I don't remember had the cactus. The little kid had that angel. I don't know. That Digimon is very strange, I'd say. Digimon is a very strange series. It's technically like an isekai. It's technically an isekai where they are summoned. Well, no, summoned in another world. No, summoned in another world is an isekai, and I don't think there's some people are very strange when it comes to isekai. There some people who are like not isekai elitist, but like some people. Sword Art Online is considered the quintessential isekai anime, the one of the first popular ones mainstream. But the only issue is that it's technically not an isekai because they technically don't leave their world, even though they're sucked into a video game. And I don't get into that ethics. I enjoy my isekai slop every now and again, but I don't get into the semantics of what makes an isekai. I consider Sword Art Online an isekai, and at worst, it's isekai adjacent. But the point is, Digimon, you were summoned into another world. And it's very interesting. Oh, yeah, the premise is these kids are sucked into this digital world full of digital monsters, and they want to get home. And so they team up with these monsters, each have their own partner, blah, blah, blah. They do some quests and whatnot, try to go stronger, I think, almost. Actually, it's been such a long time. I don't even necessarily remember the entire plot of Digimon, but I will say it is a fun show. It is a fun series, especially when I was a kid. And I know they rebooted it. I know they made sequels of it even, where like the main cast, the original main cast was there, but as side characters to the new main cast. I think that was some of them. But spoiler alert, they do make it home. I don't know how they made it home because I didn't get that far. Oh, you forgot Bakugan. I forgot about Bakugan. I have Bakugan. Wait, actually, give me a second. I think I have Bakugan in my drawer. Give me a second. I do. I have this little blue guy. Is this metal that I can open it? Oh, it is? What is this guy? This guy is very blue. I don't know his name. Does it have like a product number on it? I don't know why I'm saying product number. But yeah, I remember. I think this was from, but I had a lot of, not a lot. I had some Bakugan as a kid. It's nice. That was my childhood. I still have it today, but it got canceled by Hasbro the second time. Is like the new reboot that got canceled? I know there's been reboots and whatnot, but it got canceled by Hasbro? Oh, that sucks. I remember shopping for Christmas gifts for my little cousin, and I forgot if he wanted Bakugan or if there was like a Bakugan in stores. I forget, but it's nice. I had Bakugans from 2006, 2012. I got some from the reboot franchise. Oh, I also have Bakugan from 2006, 2012 era. What is that, like the 4 seasons of Bakugan? Was it 4 seasons? I remember they had the original Bakugan, then they had the traps, and then they had like the ones you stacked on each other. It's really fun. I have a good amount of Bakugan in my drawer, some old ones, but man, they feel nice. They're great. I never learned how to. I had the game for the DS. I had the Bakugan game for the DS. I forgot about that. I played Bakugan for the DS. 4 seasons, nice. But yeah, I had the video game. I forgot I had the video game. I played that video game like religiously too. I remember it was just a bunch. How do I say this? I never learned how to actually play the card game. Or not the card game, the game with the cards, where you roll them on the cards, you have the trap cards, blah, blah, blah. I never learned how to play that full game. But I did learn how to play the video game. The video game is pretty much a card game, except it's a lot of more automated. And there's a bunch of mini games too. Like to win a battle, you'd have to like scratch a figure 8, and your health or strength or whatever would help you. And oh my, it's card. It was really good. And I played it religiously. I remember, you have your self-insert character that you play in the game. And he's pretty generic, or your guy is pretty generic. But the one thing you can do at the beginning of every save is choose what type your Bakugan is. Bakugan. You named them all the seasons. Nice. Battle Brawlers, New Vestoria, Gundalian Invaders, and Mechtanum Surge. My most favorite was Gundalian Invaders Season 3. Oh yeah. I think my favorite was Season 1? That was my favorite? I don't know. I liked them all. I watched them all pretty religiously. I'm not sure if I watched Mechtanum Surge that often, but I definitely watched them all. But I remember I played the game so much. And I remember you could choose the type of your Bakugan. I forget what advantage type had in Bakugan. I'm not sure if it was anything. I think it was something, but I'm not sure. But yeah, you can choose from the 6 different types. And I completed the game with each of the types. I had played at least one full playthrough of the game with each type. And I played multiple playthroughs from some types. Like I was pretty fond of fire type. I also did quite a few aqua and dark type playthroughs. Didn't do a lot of Earth though. Me too, but I didn't finish the reboot and other reboot ones. Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't know. Did I finish season 4? I'm not sure. I don't think I watched the reboot ones though. I don't know if I watched the reboot ones. But the game, I don't even remember what the plot was of the game. I don't even remember the plot, but I am just, wow, that is a memory. That is a fond memory. So many hours. Such a good time. I'm trying to remember, did I have any other obscure games as a kid? Well, probably the most obscure game that I ever had was some Disney Princess platforming game for the PlayStation 2. It was technically my second video game ever. Some whatever platformer from Disney, where It was like a bunch of Disney princess levels, pretty story based. I don't remember much. I remember it was supposed to be for my sister, but she didn't play it, so it was mine. I adopted it. I played it. I didn't beat everything, but I had fun. I had fun. It was fun. It was a fun little game. But man, Bakugan was such... It was such an iconic show. I know, or I've heard a lot of... I was recently watching videos of like Max Steel, which is a show I watched in like when it was airing like 2013. But like Max Steel franchise, how it was how do I say this? Something really doesn't feel the same when they wish they would do something, a re-release of the old Bakugans from the old shows that for old time's sake, most franchises did. Huh. Yeah, that would be nice, though. Yeah, doing old... I like it when things pay homage to the older shows. I like it when that... I'm still waiting... Well, I'm not still waiting. I watched some of the Pokemon... What is it? New Horizons anime. I watched some of that. The new Pokemon one, you know, the one without Ash. I watched some of it, and I like it. I think it's a good show, but I do have to admit, I was waiting for an Ash cameo. I'm not sure if it happens. I'm not sure if it will happen, but I was waiting for an Ash cameo. I'm not sure if I want it to be... I would definitely want the story to be revamped. Not because the story's bad. I really enjoyed the story, but I think if you're going to re-release the show... do some twists, do some turns. You don't need to just redo the original. You can add a little spice. Just pay homage to the original. Well, actually, that's just my stance. I'm not sure if that's a consensus, because sometimes they do ruin reboots and continuations. They do muck it up sometimes. Well, that's a different story, but the main thing I'm thinking at is Futurama. I've heard... I've only recently... found some of Futurama. I don't think I've watched episodes when I was on a plane once. That's the only time I've ever watched full episodes, but I watched some clips through YouTube. I watched some clips of it through YouTube, and it's good. The main series, original series, is really good, but I heard they rebooted, and I hear the comedy just isn't the same. Granted, it's hard to match the original levels of Futurama, but it is really hard. The new Pokemon series is good, but I feel like they're going to do Ash cameo soon. Really? Maybe the last episode. Oh yeah, I hear... I'm not sure if this is canon or not to this, but I hear they're going to wrap up New Horizons and then make a new show with a new protagonist that isn't Liko or Roy or Dot. I'm not sure how true that is. That actually, I might be... You know, that probably isn't true. Actually, I'm really not sure. Yeah, I'm really not sure. It sounds possible, but it also sounds... not possible. You like Heart Gold and Soul Silver? Oh. I do like Heart Gold and Soul Silver, the games. I really do. Those were iconic. I had the Poketch and everything. One thing I do regret was when it was done, I was talking to my dad, and my dad was getting into his eBay phase. And he was like, "Hey there, Stone. You know your old video game that you spent $40 to get? Was sorry, 30, what was it actually, 35? I can sell it for 40 something online." And I was like, that seems like a good deal. Little did I know that I would want to keep the games in the future. I thought I had enough playthrough. I had the next Pokemon, so I thought I didn't need it. So I was like, yeah, sure. But now the open games are worth a ton of money. Granted, you could always like emulate the old games. I really wish Nintendo would re-release some of the older games, like because they stopped production on Pokemon. Well, so not Pokemon, obviously not Pokemon, but the older games they stopped production on, and they're not going to bring them back. I wish they did, though. That would be really cool if they were able to sell a new batch, or even port them to console, because buying they make piracy the only way to play them sometimes, and that sucks. That sucks. But I did love Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I have a lot of Lugia themed stuff. I have a lot of Lugia themed stuff. Like my desk mat is Lugia themed, and I actually know I have my original Lugia figure that I got from pre-ordering Pokemon Soul Silver. I have it in my hand. And it's the first figure I ever had. And it's not even this huge thing, but it's so cool. It is so cool. I really do like it. Man, Lugia is one of my favorite legendaries. I think my favorite... What are my favorite legendary Pokemon? Lugia's got to be up there. I'm a big fan of Giratina. Let's see. Lugia's your favorite Pokemon? Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. It is a really cool design. I was shocked when I found out that it wasn't water type, though. I do have to say, it is so water type coded, being, you know, not a parallel to Ho, having the very blue color scheme, and to find out it's psychic is very strange. But Lugia is great. We love Lugia. Lugia is just an amazing Pokemon. It's got to be one of my favorite legendaries. The design is also super clean. I love the giant hand wings. I don't know what to call them, but I love the giant hair wings. I love that crystal clear Lugia card, Japanese version. You know, let me look that up. I want to see it. So give me 1 second. I know I should be practicing a little bit harder, but crystal clear Lugia. I want to see if that'll pop up. Wait, that's images. Oh, card. Picture is just beautiful. Is it this one? Lugia Crystal. Is it this one? I'm going to pull it up in a second. I'm trying to pull it up. It's been called a lot of... Crystal Clear Lugia card. Let's try that. Let's hope that works. Oh, that is really pretty. That is really pretty. You know, I'll just hop over. I don't need to pull up the image, but it's not the best, what is it called? Resolution on my side, but it is a really pretty card. I have one Lugia card, like a... I almost spent it. I have like a Lugia, like an airbrush style. It's really nice. It's a nice card. And yeah, it makes me happy. I like Lugia. Lugia's great. And yeah, that picture is beautiful. Very shining, shimmering. I just wish my resolution was better so I could see it. Please give me more pixels. Sorry, it's Crystal Lugia. Oh, Crystal Lugia. Oh, that's what it's... Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what it's called. Fair enough. Crystal clear, crystal, whatever. It's the same thing. We get it. And it's very pretty. It is a very pretty card. It also just helps that Lugia is a very, very nice Pokemon to draw. Well, not just to draw, but to... Lugia's just really, really a great Pokemon. We love Lugia. Let's see, what other legendaries do I like? I like, I do like, Giratina, as I said. I'm a pretty big Uxie guy, honestly. More than Mesprit. I don't know why. But I do like Uxie. Oh, Crystal Clear is the Pokemon GVA mod. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. That's why the ROM hack was coming up when I searched it. That's why it was coming up. I see. But yeah. Let's see, what other legendaries do I like? I like Giratina. I do like Uxie. Sinnoh was probably my favorite region. Mainly because it was the first region I played. And because I love a ton of the Pokemon there. Sinnoh, I love Sinnoh, but this isn't about Sinnoh. This is about all the Pokemon. So let's see, what other legendaries do I like? I don't know off the top of my head. I'm pretty big Articuno guy. Blue flying things are pretty cool, I guess. Huh, who would have thought? Who would have thought that blue flying things are pretty cool? Let's see. I need more of the modern legendaries. I haven't played Pokemon since... Or I haven't had a Pokemon game since Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Johto is your favorite region? Cool. Johto's great. Johto is great. What region of Japan is Johto based on again? I forgot. I know Johto... Wait, let me pull up a Pokemon map in real life. I want to see it. Or... I know... Like, Pokemon regions are based in other places in the world. Like, Kalos is France, Unova is the USA. I just know Johto, Sinnoh are different regions of Japan. Johto Pokemon? Why did I just search up Pokemon? But yeah, it's really nice. What is the region based on? That's what I should say. What is region based on? What is the Johto region based on? I'm trying to find out. We will see. The Kansai region of Japan. Can I see that on like a map? Like I believe there's a map with all the. Yeah, there is. There is. If it probably is not going to load, but. Oh, TCG player, please show me. Please load so I can show the Japan-based regions. Exploring the Pokemon regions, Johto. Blah, blah, blah. Please just show me the map. Ah. Oh. You know what? We're going to deal with a little bit of an ad. That's probably fine. Oh, no, it's probably not fine, but whatever. Yeah. You know what? Let me just zoom in. Oh, the ad's just popping up on the screen? That's annoying. There we go. That's better. That is better. So, Sinnoh is Hokkaido. Johto is... I'm sorry. I can't read this right here. Chubu. Kanto is... Kanto. Hoenn is Kyushu. And Sevi Islands are Izu Islands. Oh. Nice. Wow. Have you heard of Japan's ghost stories? Japan's ghost stories? I'm not... The only one I've heard is, what is it? The Scissor Lady. What is it? I'm going to butcher the name, but I'm going to say it anyway. The Kukasane Ona? The lady who has, like, her cheeks cut and ass. Are they beautiful? Yes, yes, yes. They were based on actual regions. They were. I know. Pokemon were based on actual regions. They were. Like, obviously, you know, Kalos is France. I forget what the Spain region is. Galar is the UK. I just forget what that region called. The one with Hop as your rival. Unova's US. It's fun. It is fun. But yeah, they are actual regions of Japan. Scissor Lady is, I've heard of. It's one of the urban legend stories. Yes, the Scissor Lady. That's what. Yes, where she asks you if she's beautiful. She'll probably kill you unless you answer some specific line that depends on whatever region you are. But outside of that, I'm not too familiar with Japan's ghost stories. Yeah, I can't say I'm too familiar with them. But wow. Very cool. Very cool map. Let me hop back into the, what is it called? Learning Kana stream. There we go. But cool map. Very cool map. Oh, and we can hop back on over. But yeah, outside of that, I'm not too familiar with a bunch of... Well, I'm not too familiar with ghost stories in general, I'd say. That's probably the only one I know off the top of my head. Other ghost stories? Let me think. Can I even remember one that's not... one that's maybe even American? I don't even know. A lot of things are... A lot of urban legends aren't necessarily ghosts. At least not anymore. Oh, actually, the ghost of... What is it? What is that doll called? Annabelle doll. The Annabelle doll. That's probably the only other ghost story I'm pretty familiar with. And even then, I'm not too familiar on that. I don't know the entire lore about the hauntings. I'm not too familiar with that. But that's probably what I'm most familiar with in terms of ghost stories. Wait, were you talking about ghost stories? Oh, are you talking about Ghost Stories the anime or Ghost Stories like actual ghost stories? I just realized you might have been talking about Ghost Stories the anime. which I've watched the dub of. I haven't watched the sub of it. I like it when some people are transformative with works. So the dub really, I found was funny. Ooh, you know, Robert the Doll. Robert, I'm not gonna look it up on stream. I'm gonna look it up on my person, just to see. Robert the Doll. That's probably gonna hurt my phone, isn't it? Robert the Doll. Wow, it comes up as a 40-inch tall, handmade 1904 Steiff doll from Germany, currently housed in the four-seat Martello Museum in Key West. Considered one of the world's haunted object, doll infamous for allegedly causing misfortune for those who disrespect him, particularly if photographed without permission. The doll was once the companion of Robert Eugene Otto, an artist who would blame Robert the doll for his childhood misbehavior. The doll was created in Germany, saying Robert did it for most of the things. His parents claimed to hear another voice answering Gene when he spoke to the doll. When Gene grew up and moved to his childhood home, he kept the doll in a window overlooking the street, where neighbors reported seeing him move and change expression. After Gene's death, the doll was passed on and eventually donated to the Fort East Martello Museum. The curse legend has it the doll is cursed and will cause misfortune to anyone who doesn't ask it permission before taking his photo. Apology letters. The walls surrounding Robert's display case are covered with letters from people begging for his forgiveness after experiencing unexplained accidents, job loss, illness, and relationship issues. Museum rules. Visitors to the museum are advised to be respectful, ask the doll's permission, and say goodbye before leaving. Wow. Inspiration for Chucky. Ooh. Robert the doll, I saw your image. Is that okay? Okay. That's spooking me, actually. That is spooking me a little bit, so I'm gonna not read into it too much more. I think, do I get easily spooked? I'm not easily scared, but am easily spooked, I think. I am easily spooked. Just a little bit, but if I'm not too supernatural, but I'm not too superstitious, but better safe than sorry sometimes. You read the stories of Robert the doll back in elementary school and surprisingly knew some parts of the story. It was a bit horrified and sad. Luckily, I didn't look into any of the stories specifically, otherwise I probably would have felt sad. But I just heard the curse itself, and wow, that's I don't want to experience misfortune. I just want to be respectful. I mean, I think I respect most things. I respect living things. I respect inanimate objects. A lot of things deserve to be treated with respect. Even things that aren't, like, alive. Though that doll might be alive. I'm not sure how ghosts work. I'm not sure if I believe in ghosts, but... Ooh, it is freaking me out a little bit. I do have to admit. It is freaking me out just a little bit. Again, I'm not too superstitious, but sometimes it's better safe than sorry. Sorry. Better safe than sorry. But I don't think I could ever... Even if I don't believe in some horror things, I don't think I could go to a horror museum. Like a haunted museum, I should say. Even if I don't believe in... If I didn't believe in a single haunted entry that they had, I don't think I could bring myself to go to a haunted museum, because I think I would freak myself out. I think I would freak myself out if I went to some sort of haunted museum. You believe in ghosts pretty much when something just felt odd? Interesting. I don't know if I believe in ghosts, but I know there's a lot of things that can't be explained. And I will never know the answer to that, and I am content with not knowing. I do respect the living, I respect the dead, I respect the inanimate objects, I respect all things, so I hope I don't get haunted. But things like that can spook me. But even if I didn't believe in anything in a haunted museum, I would be probably too afraid to go. I would probably be too afraid to go. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Right. The ghosts, those are interesting. Wait, I'm trying to think of popular media that uses ghosts outside of Don to Don. That's the only one that comes to mind so far. I remember when at sleepovers with my friends, I watched like some of those ghost shows where they'd go into supposedly haunted places. Some were, some weren't, and look for ghosts. Sometimes you'd see some, sometimes you wouldn't. Pretty fun spectacle, pretty spooky spectacle, especially considering I was definitely more scared then than I am now. I am quite the I was quite the cowardly little man, or boy, I suppose that would be more appropriate. But yeah, those were interesting. I don't think I could watch them on my own though, not because I think I'd be afraid, though I probably would get afraid, especially younger me, but I think it would get maybe stale after some time watching ghost shows. Reading ghost stories, that's a different thing. But ghost shows where they're just doing the same thing over and over again, I think that might become stale to me. Just maybe. I'm not sure, actually. I didn't watch enough to know that. So maybe I'm wrong. Let's see, what other media uses ghosts pretty heavily? Pokemon, I guess? Some of the Pokemon entries are very, not the greatest. Like, Litwick drains your life force. Yamask was something pretty scary. Not scary, spooky. A lot of ghost type Pokemon have pretty tragic origin stories, don't they? Yeah, that would be freaky. That would be freaky. That being said, I do love Chandelure as a Pokemon, even if it might steal my life force in lore. I remember that one Pokemon episode. I don't know why, but I remember that episode where Ash is in Unova and the crew goes into this haunted house with Litwicks, and they almost all die due to Litwick sucking up their life energy. They almost all die, and that was pretty scary of an episode. I do have to say that was not the best episode to not be spooked to. It was a good episode. It was a solid episode. I enjoyed it, but I was also freaked out by it. I think I can admit that. I'm not too. I'm confident enough in myself to admit that. But what other pop? I really am trying to remember ghosts and other forms of popular media that as like a prevalent factor. As like a prevalent factor. Well, I guess I can go from like a VTuber's perspective. Mint Phantom, the Wisp VTuber. Are ghost wisps? Well, wisps are essentially ghosts, I guess. In most connotation, wisps are the souls of the dead. Pretty often dead children too. So I guess wisps are pretty ghostly, ghastly. Brave! The movie, I was a big fan of the Pixar movie Brave. I don't know why. I feel like it's one of my more liked Pixar movies. It's one of the Pixar movies I like a lot for some reason, and it's not that popular, and I don't know why. And I don't know why what I pressed, but I really did enjoy the movie Brave more than most people did. Apparently, thought it was really fun. I thought the use of the wisp was nice. That being said, I did complain about Shakespeare for using the the wisp actually served a plot. I complained a lot about Macbeth for the use of witches. I didn't read a ton of Shakespeare's plays, but I read that one, and that one I did not like. I did not like the use of the witches in Macbeth. I thought they were pandering to who was it, King James and his occult interests, and I thought that's all they served. I thought that was their only role. I felt they had no influence on the plot whatsoever. They were just kind of spectators. But for some reason, I really do like the wisps of Brave. Even though they weren't too relevant, they just were fantasy. They were a little hyped up, I guess, and she followed them and found her destiny. Yeah. Merida's pretty cool. Brave is pretty cool. And I think we're going to go to 150. And then I think maybe end off with some chess puzzles. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. My throat is getting tired. I don't know why. I think it's because I'm dehydrated. But I shouldn't be dehydrated because I've been drinking water all day. But I've been dehydrated all day. So it's just really bizarre. It is just really, really bizarre. So we're on our last little laps, and we're going to hit up with Chew. 2 more. Hyo. Last one. Po. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Now let me pull over some chess puzzles. I could do Pokal. No, I can't, actually. I already did Pokal. I got a message? Why? Oh, sorry. Let me read this. I haven't played on Chess.com in a while. Oh. It just said it lost connection to Twitch. That's fine. I'll fix that later. Probably. Maybe. But let's load the daily puzzle. Puzzles sound fun? It is fun. I like my daily puzzles. I used to do them a lot. No, I mentioned this before. I started off this channel with a lot of the dolls, the daily dolls. And I did that a lot. And it was fun, but I think it was getting a little too stale. But I like ending streams with this. And now this is the daily puzzle. It's quite a hard one. Well, the daily puzzle is usually a hard one. So let's see. What's the most opportune way to go about this? Well, my first instinct, checks, captures, and attacks. That's what we want to see. And that's what we want to do. So, my first instinct, we only have one check, it looks like. That is a queen sack. And luckily, the bishop is a sniper on this diagonal. So, to circumvent this, you have to take with the bishop. Then I would take with the rook. King would go here. I would check with the rook. Okay. There's that. The bishop here sees this square, so you can't go back there. If you go to this square here, I can discover check and basically win your queen for free. Interesting. So, we're not going to do that. We're going to say what happens if you go here. I think we bring our bishop over. Oh, that's difficult. That is difficult. So if we bring our bishop over, then what? We're not even threatening checkmate necessarily. So what other pieces do we have? Not much, but I think this is correct, so I'm just going to play it. I'll play it up to there. Whoa, what? Oh! I missed this. Bishop here. And that's checkmate, because this bishop is pinned. It can't go back. Oh, I missed that. I should have checked that. I should have seen that. I should have seen that. That's on me. Wow. I think we could do a puzzle rush and then call it a stream. And we'll get pretty far because we're pretty talented. We're pretty awesome. We are pretty awesome. Right, we'll do survivor mode as always. Our top score is 39. Let's try to get to 40 today. 40 puzzles of increasing difficulty. I believe you're going there. That should be mate. Rook to f6 is what I'm predicting is... This looks like some sort of tactical difficulty. I'm going to refresh the page. So give me one moment. Okay, I'm going to hit refresh I'm going to refresh the page like this. No. It is not working. Am I dropping frames or something? What's wrong? No, I'm not dropping frames. Oh, it's finally reloading. Hopefully it didn't boot me out or anything. That would be silly. It might have booted me out. No, it's fine. There we go. Now we're back on it. It's just very slow for... I don't know why. But like I said before, was it F6? Yep, that should be mates. No, come on. It's not loading. F6 is mates, but it's just not loading. We're going to try refreshing one more time. In the meantime, we're going to X out of some unnecessary things we have open. Oh, finally it's loading. So now we can hop back. It did finally take our... What the heck? What the heck? What is going on? Okay, maybe we're not going to do Puzzle Rush today. Maybe we'll do... Let me see something. Artisanal Sudoku. I might do a Sudoku then. A small Sudoku. Just a small one. But that would be fun. I wish chess.com would load appropriately, but it doesn't seem to. So we're going to pivot away from that. It really doesn't like that. But yeah, I think I'll try Sudoku on stream. A smaller Sudoku if they have. And if not, I will find something to do. Because I can't end like this. I've just been shown heaven and brought to heck. But things aren't loading for some reason. Why is things not loading? Why are things not loading? I don't know. Is the internet bad? No, the internet's fine. I'm really at a loss. I am really at a loss. I am quite, I apologize. I have no idea what's going on. But if I can't open things... Oh, there we go. Let's try... this? Is that good? Let's try something... we'll try this. We'll try this one. It's loading on Sudoku Pad. And... I think we should be allowed to do this. I'll have just another tab open just in case. Okay, we'll try this. Alright, and this is a pretty special Sudoku. Can I try this? We're doing this live. Oh, no, Control Z. I'm supposed to do Alt like this. And just a little more finagling. There we go. And let me read the rules first. And then hopefully we can get through this. Pinhole by James Sinclair. No more Sudoku rules apply and all clues are standard. Correctly place this to clear fog around them. Wait. You tried the one I'm trying, but are bad at it? No, there's no such thing as bad. Well, I'm bad at it too, I guess I should say. But Sudoku's fun. I like Sudoku. It's nice. I like the complicated Sudokus. It makes me feel smart when I do it, and when I don't do it, it's like, oh, it's just too hard anyway. So we'll give this one a crack. Maybe we can do it, maybe we can't. I believe it was a math-related homework when I did. Really? Oh, that's interesting. I like it when teachers are more creative with their assignments. Though, more creative could be better for worse. But yeah, I do like Sudokus. I like the special Sudokus. And these ones have rules. So let me read the rules. Correctly place digits clear the fog around them. It's a fog of war Sudoku. This is one of my favorite kinds. Arrows. The sum of the digits along an arrow is equal to the digit and the connected circle, and these digits can repeat if allowed by other rules. Arrows do not cross or overlap, and all arrows' sum are single digits. German whispers. Along green lines, digits differ from their neighbors by at least 5. Digits in cells separated black dot have a 1-to-2 ratio. And I've been using this from artisanalsudoku.com if you're interested. But yes, now we have the rules. Let us begin. Alright, so the first thing to note is this. This is a German whisper, but it's also part of an arrow. We're going to label this blue, and we're going to label these 4 green. The reason we're doing this is because German whisper lines can have a polarity. They can either have a digit 1, 2, 3, 4, or they can have a digit 6, 7, 8, 9. They can never have the digit 5 on them. But every so often, it has to switch polarities from low to high, from low to high. But maybe a crossword puzzle is my favorite so far, or Rubik's Cube. The best I could ever do on a Rubik's Cube is solve one side. I want to be able to learn how to... No, I want to learn how to solve a Rubik's Cube. And I think I will one day. But that's so cool that you can. Crosswords are fun. I like the... I was really a big fan of the... Is that a crossword puzzle? Wait, let me make sure I'm doing the crossword puzzle. I believe it's a crossword. Crossword. I was really a huge fan of the New York Times Mini. The mini crossword puzzles? Yeah, I believe it is. Blah, blah, blah. Is that the right thing? Nope. Yeah, no, it is a crossword. The mini is a mini crossword. And that was my favorite one of the New York Times Daily Puzzles. And they took it away. The New York Times put it behind like I forget if it's an account. And I'm not making an account for the New York Times. So that makes me sad. You solved 3 or 4... That's very impressive to me. 3 or 4 sites is very impressive. Wow. Congrats. That's awesome. That is awesome. Now what were we... Oh, yes. Digits here can either be low or high. And it switches to polarities because, you know, +5, -5, blah, 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 blah. But this is on an arrow. So what could this be? Well, let's think about outside the box. Let's suppose these digits are the digits 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's suppose that these are 6, 7, 8, 9. Then this is a 1, 2, 3, 4. This obviously could be 3 long and like have something outside the box. Or it could be something inside the box. From here, we probably have to determine this digit. Thanks, but it's the best of my memory that I solved those downsides. Listen, you can just call it talent. That's what it is. It's skill. If your memory's that good, you deserve to solve 3 or 4 sides. I don't have that sort of memory. You are impressive. Deal with it. Right, but let's see. So what could this digit be? If this is like, well, let's assume this is a high digit for now. Let's say it's 6. Let's say it's 6, like this. That means this is 1, 2, 3, 4. And this would have to be at minimum 5, which is already 11, which would be outside the box. So no, this has to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And these have to be 6, 7, 8, 9. And these are also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, oh, wait. Also, sorry. The easy thing first. One of these digits has to be a 6. The only digit 5 away from a 6 is 1. Therefore, this must be 1. And we free the box. We free the box, and we can put some more polarities on. These are blue. And these are 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously, these 3 can't be 1 because 1's on the same row or diagonal. So we can continue. We can continue, right? This is a long diagonal. If this is 2, 3, one of these is at least 6, but then it has to be at least 7 because this is 1 more or something. Oh, well, let's start with the second one. 6 needs to be next to a 1. So this can't be next to 1 on both sides. This can't be 1 on both sides. This can't be 1 on both sides. This has to be 6. So let's not remove the digit, but put it in. And take this out. Perfect. Oh, and this is 2, 3, 4, 6, or 8. We don't know which one yet, so we won't mess with it yet. Well, actually, we can tell them that this digit specifically right here is not an 8 because this would have to be a 1, and that would be a 9, but this can't be a 1 because of this one. So it's nice. Oh, and this, of course, has to be a 1. And then we can obviously do green and blue. And we'll put the digits in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Lovely. Oh, and this is the diagonal. And this can't be a 1. This has to be a 2, 3. A 2 or 3. Then these also have to be 2 or 3, don't they? Well, actually, no. One of these could technically be a 4. With this being 8 or 9? Because if this is 1, 2, 3. If that is 1, 2, 3. And that's 2, that's an 8. If it's a 3, that's a 9. But if it's a, sorry. This is a 1, 2, 4, and that's a 2, that's a 9. So this is either 8 or 9 down here. You know, I'll color it green. It's probably not on a German Whisper, but we can color it green. Why not? And then here we'll put in the digits 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2. Might as well. Lovely, lovely. Well, oh, wait. These can't be 2. 2 does have to be on here. I'll denote that with these 2s. Lovely. Now, where do we go? That's the tricky part. Now, where do we go is always going to be the tricky part. Let's see. The digit 4 has to be next to a 9. But unfortunately, we can't see if they're sandwiched. If they're sandwiched, like if these are both green, this can't be a 4. Curious, isn't it? Curious. What's our next little hint? You know, 5 is here and here. I guess this would be it. So this has to be at least 6. Well, this is 7, 8, 9. We know that because this has to be the circle digit. At most, you can have 3 lines of an arrow inside a box. Any more than that would be 10. The lowest, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is 10. And considering you only have single digits, arrows, it can only be these 3. 7, 8, 9. So could this be 6? This could be 6, too. No, this can't be 6 because if this was 6, these would both have to be 1s. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, I should say. This can be 1. This can be 2. Oh, it can't be 1. Could be 2. Could be 6. Could be 4. Could be 8. Lovely. Oh, no, this is 9. Well, it's not. It's whatever. It's 9. The reason why it's 9, this has to be 2, 3, 4. Which something's 9 because we already have a 1 in the box. Which means this isn't 9, this isn't 4. Lovely. We keep going. Let's see. We have 2, 3, 4 down here. 2, 4, 8, 6, whatever. Not too helpful yet. I guess we can fill in the rest of these boxes. 5, 6, 7, 8. Can I put it in normally? There we go. That's something. This has to be 2 or 3. If it's 7, it's a 2. If it's 8, it's a 3 probably. Probably. It could still technically be 2. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, that's interesting. 2, 3, 4. A triple there. Those 3 digits are used, so we can take out 2, 3, 4 from here. 2, 4. So this is either 6 or 8. So this can't be a 2. This is either a 3 or 4. This can't be a 4. This is the 3. The reason why, if this was a 4, this would have to be a 9, and this would have to be a 9. So let's put the blue in. The green in here. This is... No, I did this wrong. I did this wrong. And the reason I did this wrong is because this is a long shot. I will check to make sure I'm right. This is a 4. This is a 4. This is a 2. This is a 3. This is a 4. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do 4. I mean to take it away. And let me take 3 out. This is 2. Oh, I might be wrong. Yeah, I missed some rules. Okay. Was this right? No, that wasn't right. What was I on then? Oh, yeah, obviously that can't be a 4. Well, here's the thing. This has to be a 2, 3, 4. Right? Yeah. Yes. Well, let me put the 2 back in here. But this can only be maximum 2, 3. So 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. This has to be 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. But if this is 3, and these are both green, these have to be 8 and 9. But this is already an 8, 9. And that's where my confusion is stemming from. I'm not forcing anything else. This is all correct so far. So what am I missing? Okay, let's start from the top. This has to be 6. As of right now, that's all I'm getting is this has to be 6. That would make that 3. That would make that... Let me try that. That's 3. That's 2. We're correct, but we shouldn't be. What am I missing? That's 4. That's 2. We'll take out the 3 there. We'll put the 3 in here. Neat. But 3 can only be paired with 8 and 9. I'm an idiot. Why is this an 8 or 9? It can't be an 8 or 9. It's a 1. And this is a 9. Wow. 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 No 4 on here. This is a 2. This is a 3. That is brilliant. And like I was saying before, this is an 8-9. An 8-9 pair. I literally colored this just to be cool, but no, I didn't even consider it could be longer. Wow. 3, 8, or 9. We'll just color these. Oh, no, sorry, we're coloring the blue first. And then we'll color the green. Green, 6, 7, 8, 9. This can't be 9. This one can't be 6 or 7. This is 8. This is 8, the number, not the color. This can't be 8. These can't be 8, so 8's up top. Or in other words, 8's up here. This can't be 8. This is also does have to be 8, just by force. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, but it can't be 4 because it's not 9. Can't be 1, 2, 3. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. We are grinding a bit. So let's see. What is next? This little, well, that's only 2, it looks like. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, it could be. It could be. Huh. Man, we are spoiled for choice right now. We don't have a ton of clues to give us up or anything. This has to, oh, this has to be 9. This has to be 7. This has to be a 2. This can be whatever we want it to be. These can't be 7. This can't be 5 or 6. This is an 8 or 9. Depending, it's a 9. This is probably a 4, but I can't write anything until it's confirmed. This is a 1, 2, 4. It's not a 3 because of the 3 down here. And up here, 7, 8, 9. This is 7. This is a 2. Wow. We are steamrolling through this. Oh. This is a 3. I don't even know why I wrote 6 in here. This is an 8. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, yeah, no, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Definitely not. Definitely not the line. No. Absolutely not. Those are 2 different arrows. And this arrow up here has to at least be these 2 long and go into this circle, but it's probably longer than that. Oh, I already wrote 5, 6 down, so this has to be 4. This has to be 5. And now there's not really much else I can do right now, so let's fill in the blanks if we can. This is a 1. 1 goes in here. 1 goes in here. 1 goes in here. This isn't really helping, so I'll just put 1 in here and fill in the 1s here. Let me check 2s. 2s, we have a bit more. Go along here. It goes here. We have that. And we have that, which eliminates this. Perfect. So now we can put in 2 2s. Lovely. Let's look at 3s then. A little bit of a brute forcing, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. 3, 1 pair here. That's interesting. And that's the only double I see, the only pair I see. So we'll just keep it like that. Any 4s on the board? We see 2 at least. Probably just 2. It is just 2. 5s, we just have the 1. 6s. We don't have a lot of 6s. Wow. 7s, 8s, or 9s. 7, we just have the 2. Not that helpful. Well, it's close to being helpful. No, it is helpful. That's a 7. We have a 7 pair here. This could technically be a 7, so I don't know. We'll do this for now, I guess. And we'll fill these in with 7s. We'll write this one in, and we'll move on to 8s and 9s. 8s, we have these triple. We'll put those in. Lovely. Ooh. We do have this odd combination. That's fine and dandy. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm just going to put the 8s in here. Lastly, our 9s. What do we have? Not bad. A good amount. We'll flop these in. All lovely. Yeah, I think we could fill all the or put all the 9s in, not fill them in, but. And this, of course, has to be a 9. Lovely. Let's look at our hints. This can't be a 1 because that would be a 3. Can't be 2. Can it be a 3? Can this be a 5? No, it can't be a 3 or 4. Could this be a 5 No, it can't be a 5 because that can't be a 7. Could it be a 6? No. 7 and 9 work. So it has to be 7 and 9. Wow. That was pretty anticlimactic. And this is a 9 as well. This isn't. This isn't a 4. And these aren't 7s. Cool. We have 2 9 pairs. Got it, got it. Lovely, lovely. What's next for us? We use that clue. Should we try this one? It seems like a lot of work. And I'm not really someone who wants to try a lot of work. So let's move on. This... It could just be 1, 2 going to here. It could be 1, 2, 3 going to here. So which is it? I don't know. I don't know. We use most of our green line. This could be a 6 and a 1. It could be 7 and a 1. It could be an 8 and a 1 or an 8 and a 3. So we are at a loss. We are at a loss. Huh. I need to think. What's... Well, we can fill in this. Just normal Sudoku rules. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a 5, isn't it? And then what fills in here? I'm assuming 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. Okay. We filled in some rows. That's nice. That's always nice. We can fill in here, here, and here. What is it? 4, 5, 7? Yeah, and we can actually get some done. This is 4. This is 7. And this is 5. This is 6. This is 5. Not too much to relieve, but a good chunk. A good chunk has been relieved. And that is lovely. That is lovely indeed. Now what? We don't have a ton of clues, honestly. We really just don't. That's our main issue right now. Down here is an issue. Was it 4, 6, 7, 8, 2? We need a 2 in one of these, don't we? No, we don't. We have a 2. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, hypothetically, we need. 5. 5 is what we need. Okay, that's gonna be a little harder. I'm sorry, I yawned a bit. I apologize. Now, let's see. What else do we have? Let's try this again. 1 can go there. 1 can go... Let's just put in all the ones then. We can't think of anything better to do right now. Let's solve it with brute force. Yeah. Try 2s next. I believe we got most of the 2s in. Yeah. Put most of the 2s in already. Or put all the 2s in, but... I don't know why we're skipping to 4. We need to do 3 first. 3, which is significantly less well managed, I suppose. Bum. 3 we'll put in. 4 we will also look at. 4 goes there. 4 goes here. 4 goes here. Wait, hold up. Nine, what the? Oh, 9 goes here or here. But 4 has to go here. So this isn't 9. This is 9. This is 8. Okay, that's good. Let's keep going. 9, not 9s, 4s. 4, that's a triple. We can lock that off. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Yeah, 7, 8. Okay. This is 7. That's 8. And this should be 5, shouldn't it? 8. It can't be 1 and 3. This can't be 1. It's have to be 1 and 7. Could this be 3 and 5? Could be 4 and 4. It can't be. Yeah, no, it does have to be 3 and 5, doesn't it? This can't be 3. These can't be 3. And this has to be 7, doesn't it? Yep. Could be 1 and 6. Can't be 2, 7. Can't be 3, 4. So this is 6. This is 1. This is 9. This is 4. These aren't 4. This obviously isn't 1. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. And this is a 2. This is a 5. Okay, we're breezing through this. This is a 6. Just by process of elimination right now. 4, 6, 2. Oh my. This is a 4 indeed. We'll knock off the 1s here. Throw in a 1 there. And we are just jiving right now. We are absolutely just jiving. This is 3. That's 1. This can't be 3. Neither can this. This is 3. Neither of these can be 3. That's fine. And this is 1. Which means neither of these can be 1s. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. We're going to keep grinding. We're going to keep getting away with it. Let's go to this 8 pair. 7, 6, 5. 5 and 8. 2, 3, 4, and 6. Yep, 4 and 6. Nothing there yet, but not a big issue. Oh, we can put this one in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 8. This is 5. Okay. Not 6. This has to be 3. No, yeah, no, it does have to be 3. That's 8. That's not 3. 7, 8. 1, 3. 1. Nothing there. 8 and 5. These are both 4 6s, but only this one's a 6. This one's a 4. This one's a 6. This one's a 4. Last digit. 7. Took us 27 minutes and 29 seconds, but we solved this puzzle. Absolutely amazing. Right. That is going to do it for today's stream. Thank you all for watching, whether you are just passing by or you are subscribed and followed. It means a lot to me. I do appreciate it. I appreciate you. Well, as always, I'm sorry, I don't have an ending. I haven't been doing ending spiels a lot. Let's see. TLDR, the stream. I can yap. I need us to drink more water. We all should drink more water. ASMR is cool. And puzzles are fun. Right. That's going to do it. Thank you all for watching, as always. And I sing as always a lot, but as always, have a day. I hope it's a good one. See ya.